guys, I'm Dimension Jumper, and today I'll be reviewing the hero mode for The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. Now, this mode, like with the hero mode for Ocarina of Time 3D, you can unlock as soon as you beat the game. And with the original Skyward Sword for the Wii, as soon as you beat the game, you had to override the save file that you had to play hero mode. But for the HD version of Skyward Sword for the Switch, you could choose any of the save files to play hero mode on, so I think that's a really big improvement. In terms of the mode itself, it basically functions like the normal game, except you take more damage from enemies and you have no hearts. The only way you can find hearts, technically, in hero mode, in Skyward Sword HD as well as the original, is finding heart medals, or life medals, depending on which one is. I think heart medals are for the heart containers, and I think life medals I think for the hearts. So I think if you find any life medals, you can technically find hearts. And yeah, that's basically a lot of the stuff you can do in the game, and as well as the Master Sword. It does more damage whenever you do a Skyward Strike, because any time you do a Skyward Strike, you'll get it more quickly. So even if when you get the true Master Sword, the Skyward Strike will just appear instantly on your sword, and I think from what I remember, it does more damage from what I remember. And I think that's a really cool feature, because you don't really see that in most games that have like a bonus feature. The only thing that you might get is added stuff you had from the previous save file, which hero mode does too. You have basically all the materials that you have had from the previous save file. So you'll have how many materials, how many insects, that kind of thing. But your weapons, like the Master Sword or the Goddess Sword, your bow, your beetle, will all revert back to normal. So that's something that you won't cross over to hero mode. And yeah, now it's time. I'm going to show you some gameplay. So the first thing I'm going to show you is that the hearts won't appear in hero mode. So normally in normal mode, if you go to Skyloft, you'll see some heart flowers, like normally around the bazaar here. You can normally find some heart flowers here, as well as there won't be any heart flowers here. There's normally like 3 here and 3 where I just showed you. And also another thing is, if you draw on the Master Sword, you can see that it instantly glows. It instantly got a Skyward Strike. That's because it gets more powerful in Master Mode than it does in normal mode. So the Skyward Strikes will take less time to be ready and to charge. So yeah, and now I'm going to show you. Now I'm going to go to one of the. Let's just go to downwards so I can show you how much more damage you take, because in hero mode you take twice as much damage from enemies as you do in normal mode. So yeah, that's what I'm going to show you. It would have been cooler if probably cool if there was some changes here and there. Maybe if it was flipped, maybe kind of like in Ocarina of Time 3D. That would have been cool if this game was slightly flipped, maybe, or if we had the option to flip it. But maybe the game couldn't handle it, maybe. So I would understand why. I kind of understand why the game might have been flipped. But it would have been cool if there was some changes to some of the goddess cubes, maybe. So like maybe if some of the goddess chests, or the contents of some of the goddess chests were different, maybe some differences here and there. So yeah, I'm going to show you how much damage an enemy does to me compared to the original. So look at this. So because I took 2 hearts from the Deku Barber, that would normally taken 1 heart. And also the Master Sword deals more damage, where that would have maybe done like this, even though a regular Deku Barber, or maybe even a yellow Deku Barber might have taken 2-3 hits. That does, I'm able to hit an enemy and defeat them in 1 hit. So yeah, so that's been it for the gameplay. Now to go back to the review. So I think Hero Mode in Skyward Sword, as well as its HD version, is a nice thing, a nice touch to the game. However, unlike in some of the other Hero modes, like Ocarina of Time 3D and in Breath of the Wild, there aren't really that many changes. For instance, in Ocarina of Time 3D, there's like a couple of hearts and sculptures rearranged, as well as the dungeons themselves in terms of their layout, I believe. And in Breath of the Wild, there are some enemies, as well as several outposts that are different. Like you've got these Octorok outposts, where you've got like, a bunch of Octoroks holding Bokoblin crafts made things in the air, as well as some Lynels, like a Lynel, the Great Plateau, that kind of thing. One of the things that could have been better for maybe Skyward Sword HD Master Mode is maybe have some of the Quadus cubes have different items, or have the items rearranged somewhat. So have, if let's say if you go to a Quadus chest in the usual mode, you might find an adventure pouch, but this time in Hero Mode you might find a medal or something. Maybe that could have been a whole lot cooler, I would say, instead of just being the same as normal mode, but harder. Yeah, I think that could have been well done. Or maybe as well has some of the gratitude crystals you can find in the sky different. Maybe have some of them have them being randomized as well. Maybe. I think that would have made it a bit more of a challenge to find them, instead of just having them be in the same places as in the original mode of Skyward Sword. So that's been my review for the Hero Mode for Skyward Sword. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.